So this past weekend was the worst weekend of my life. Or would that be the best weekend of my life? Well, we'll figure it out together. Hi, I'm Brian J. Hatcher, and welcome to my story. So this past weekend was KIllerCon weekend. If you're not familiar with KIllerCon, it's a writers' convention for people who are into extreme horror and bizarro fiction. And I attended the first KIllerCon in Las Vegas many years ago. Of course, this year, with coronavirus being a thing, you couldn't hold a convention in a conventional manner, so they decided to do it all online. And although I haven't traveled to a writers' convention in a long time, I couldn't really pass this up, could I? It was online, it was free, and it was going to give me an opportunity to see some of my old friends again, even if it was just on a computer screen. So I spent the entire weekend watching panels and author readings and seeing interviews, all that stuff you enjoy when you go to a writer's convention. But it wasn't exactly like a writer's convention, at least not to me. You see, after 2012, after I had the heart attack, I did go to a few writers' conventions. And one of the great things about going to a writers' convention at that time was I could pretend I was still a writer. I could blend in with the crowd and talk craft with everyone, even though they were still writing and I wasn't. Staring into that computer screen really drove home how different my life has become since I stopped writing. Now, I realized that everybody else who attended the convention were sitting in their homes staring at computer screens too, but this setup really exacerbated the feelings that I've been having. At live conventions, I could pretend. I could blend in with everybody and reminisce about what it was like being a writer by pretending that I still was one. But I couldn't do that staring at a computer screen, and I really felt like an outsider. And the reason why I've spent nearly an entire week thinking about KIllerCon and the feelings that it brought up in me is because something clicked inside of me. A voice that was saying, Brian, you see this, what you're feeling right now? This is what it feels like to be an outsider. And if you think this is bad, you have no idea what you're in for, Brian. Because this is just a sliver. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You're going to feel 100 times worse than this on your deathbed if you don't do what you love. And so I've decided to increase my efforts, to work harder at getting back to writing again. This is a journey that I started back in November, but now the stakes have become so much more clearer and so much more dire. And as I take that journey, I'll bring you along for the ride. But there's one other thing. This weekend, something happened, almost like an epiphany. I can't really talk about it right now, but let's just say I have an idea.